races that we're going to be talking about tonight. So coming up in March, after the March election, we're going to have a 30-day period to be able to, after the elections are complete in the primary, we're going to have a 30-day period to set up for our county convention. The convention is the time when we elect our leadership for the county GOP party. So we have 3 candidates with us tonight. One of those gentlemen is running for the vice chair position, and then we have 2 here that are going to be running for the chair position for Mchenry County Republican Party. And the third that was going to be running, Mike Shorten, called me earlier this evening and said he's not going to do it this time around. He's got a full plate, so we only have 2 of the chair persons here tonight that are chairperson candidates. So with that being said, I invited Kirk Donald, who's running for vice chair, to come on up and say a few things about why he's running, what his agenda is for that. And Kirk, I've become a good friend over the last few years, and I really appreciate you stepping up to run. So give Kirk a hand for coming out tonight.
Yeah, and thanks to we the people for hosting this event, and for all of you for being involved in the Republican Party. My name is Kirk Donald, and I'm running for re-election as the vice chairman of the Mchenry County GOP. I just did thank we the people. I decided to run for re-election because I wanted to provide continuity for the party. You know, I'm tired of every 2 years just a complete new group of people, you know. Recently, I was trying to decide the defining difference between Republicans and Democrats. I heard Tom Weber describe Republicans as the most freedom-loving people he's met. This then is the difference. Republicans cherish self-rule, while the Democrats want the government to control behavior. The threat of socialism is real in the United States, and this is why our work is very important. There's a fear that the Democratic Party is growing stronger in Mchenry County. Many feel the county Republican Party is fractured and falling apart. I think differently. I think the party has experienced growing pains. If you're looking for a path forward, I suggest we do the following. Almost every town in Mchenry County has an apartment complex going up. We must penetrate those complexes and support our voters within them. We must focus county-wide attention on Algonquin, Nunda, and Grafton townships because this is where the Democratic growth is the strongest. We must develop the concept of a conservative theater within multiple townships, which will highlight speakers on how to register to vote, how to fill out a witness slip, how to become an election judge, etc., etc. All the Republican things that we need to do. It will be open to the public. Voter records will be checked, and pre-registration will be required. We must hire people to canvass, and we must get candidates to help fund this. We must institute a semi-annual raffle called Isn't It Grand? The grand prize will be $2,000. Tickets will be $10 each, or 3 for $20. All we have to do is sell $420 tickets in a 6-month span to realize a $6,000 profit. We must start focusing on voter turnout on a precinct level to help concentrate our efforts. In other words, after an election, like Bruce was talking about, how many votes does each precinct generate? You know, we need to look at that, and we need to decide what precinct needs help, and really recognize those precincts that are doing really well. And finally, we must come together in spite of our differences to safeguard freedom. We must remember what the Bible says. The gates of hell shall not prevail against you. And to finish up tonight, I'd like to just tell you a little joke. You know, some of you know that I tell jokes, you know. I know you're not excited, but anyway, okay, so Anyway, this is a joke about how to deal with evil in your life, okay? So there was this minister, and he was giving a sermon, okay? And he was giving a sermon, and he looks in the back of the church, and all of a sudden he sees the devils in the back of the church. And he goes, oh my God, the devil's in the church. And all the people look back, and they start screaming and running for the doors. You know, you got old people, you got families, you got kids. They're all running for the doors, you know. And but there's one old guy in the front pews just sitting there. He's just sitting there. And the pastor runs down from the pulpit, and he says to the old man, he says, why aren't you worried? Why aren't you scared? And he goes, well, I've been married to his sister for 40 years. Anyway, yeah. So God bless you all. Thank you. I'm running for vice chair. I really need your weighted vote. Thank you.